Hello ladies and gentlefolks. My name is Rhys von Kirschner. Everybody asks me, how do you be a bard? Bards are so cool. They're so charismatic and gorgeous and ridiculously talented. And today I will teach you how to play an instrument if you come to my art school. So welcome to my music academy. Pull out your guitar, and if you don't have one, you're fresh out of luck. I'm sorry, I don't know what to do for you. You're just not allowed to be cool. First, if you've never seen a guitar, this is what it looks like. It's got 6, is that correct? 6 strings. It has a lot of frets. Lots of those. These little doohickeys up here are how you tune it, but we're not gonna touch those because I've already tuned it, I think. Let me check. This has a magic button that tells me whether or not it's tuned. And look at that, it's perfect. All right, you get your guitar. Again, this is what it looks like. It's got this hole where the music comes from. And these dudes, these little doohickeys down here, this is where you keep the strings. You gotta make sure those are attached. Now you've seen it, a guitar. Lesson number 1 in music school. All right, what is a guitar? Now you know. The strings go from, they have names. The strings have names, and they are named after the notes that they play, which are E, A, D, G, B, and E. I'm sure there's some kind of acronym, little catchphrase that you can make from that, but I sure as hell can't think of one right now. I don't have a cheat sheet on here, definitely not. Another tip for Rhys's art school is that if there's a vent that comes on, you just kind of let that happen, because this is the underground music scene, and in the underground music scene you play in someone's basement right below a pipe, and there's a vent right there, and it's cool. It adds to the music. While this loud ass vent is going, we can review. E, A, D, G. I was right, motherfuckers. I think that's in E. Ooh. Music school tip: if you go like this, it makes a really cool noise. What if you played it upside down? Here we go. Well, okay, you in that case you would strum from down here. Now we're talking. So hold it like a tuba, and like you're gonna play it like a violin. So Rhys's music tip: you can play guitar like a violin. Anything is possible at Rhys's music school. Look at how incredible we are. We are multi-talented. You just learned how to play like 5 instruments. Okay, let's keep doing this. Oh my god, I just wrote a song. All right, listen. Ooh, give me those sweet beats. Sometimes it's not about being good, sometimes it's just about being innovative. That's like what half of the greatest musicians in the world are about. So, guitar. Look, you can also use it as a freaking drum. That's more like knocking. The freaking vent won't stop. Oh look, now it's a cello. The guitar is a multifaceted instrument, and it's all a guitar, but it's also a cello, and it's a violin. Oh jeez, this is not the way we had it. We had it this way. It's a guitar, its original purpose, and it does a ton of other stuff, like play Wonderwall. So it's a Wonderwall instrument. In order to play Wonderwall, you need a guitar. We've got that covered. It's a guitar, it's a violin, it's a cello, it's a freaking tambourine if you want it to be. All right, we've got that. We've got it covered. Now, you have a tambourine. In case you want it, I always have mine handy. You need this thing. I don't really care what this is called. It's called a capo, but honestly, I don't care. It's just this thing to me. It's dead to me. Remember how I taught you what frets are? You put it right here, delicately, like a baby flower. And in order to play this song, right, you got your 2 fingers right here. These are the most important fingers in your body currently, right? These 2 right here, because they are gonna stay planted right here on this. Look, 1, 2, boom, 2nd fret right here. You're gonna just keep them there. Just keep them there. They don't move. Just planted the whole time. If you're not used to holding a guitar string, it's probably gonna hurt like a motherfucker. So they're right there, planted on the 2nd. And then you go here, and that's completely the wrong chord. You have to go to the 3rd. You hold them on the 3rd, and then your 2 other fingers, your 2 other ones go there. I had to look in the camera in order to check, and that's how you start. So yeah, look at that. Look at that. We made our first chord. So In order to do the next chord, you basically have to flip someone off. You go from exactly where your hands are right here. You just give someone the bird. Strumming pattern. Best way to learn strumming pattern is just listen to the song 500 times and eventually you will know it. When you strum down, it sounds like this. And when you strum up, it sounds like this. And some people like to use picks, but I just use my grubby hands. So while your hands are still crying from the fact that you're holding down these really tiny strings, you're gonna do this first chord. Right? So follow along. Down, down, up, 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 down, down, up. So you hear it. And then you just go, you bring your little finger, this one, you bring your little pointer finger, so he was here, and then he was in the same place when you flip someone off, and then you stop flipping someone off, or you can continue, I don't know, it's whatever you want to do. You bring him down one, and then you just go, right? And then you just bring your flipping off finger down. For the uppity part. The uppity up part where you're just like, that was completely wrong. You go. That's still wrong. I can only do it when it's connected to the rest of the song. In conclusion, we have this chord. Flip someone off. Continue flipping someone off, but you bring it down a notch. You bring it all back down. So then they're all down. See? You just make a shape, and it's this shape. This is the shape you make. Do you see it? Then you bring this guy to the other fret, not this one. That would be very uncomfortable. You bring him to this one, and then you bring the other one right on top, right? They're buddies. They're buddies. They're friends, and you gotta keep them together in their little fret areas. Today is gonna be the day that they're gonna throw it back to you. Then you just throw in the lyrics. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. Other pro tip, if the music isn't coming out the way that you want it to, just force it out. If you just keep playing louder, it'll happen. That is how the magic happens, is force of will. Complete force of will. Honest to goodness. It's very hard to play and sing at the same time, but you just do it 800 times and eventually you figure it out. Excuse me, my hair is sliding around everywhere. Oh geez, look at this, the vent is on again. That just means we're more in style. Indie round. In order to be an indie singer, you just have to make up a fake accent that you sing in. So, today is gonna be the day that they're gonna throw it back to you. Add a lot of R's at the end of any of your vowels. That's really what you do. By now, you should have somehow realized what you're not to do. Also, if you want to be indie, but you want to be like, you want to be emo indie, so you're kind of sad and like folksy, you just gotta play slower. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. All you need to do is pretend that you're like a 23-year-old girl whose boyfriend of 4 years just broke up with you, and add a lot of R's to your vowels, and that will make you an indie singer. Let's see if we can play this on violin. Just remember, anything is possible with God. So we've got it on violin now, and in order to play it better, just grow longer arms. Just grow longer arms, and you're set. Oh, the tuner's still on. Jesus. I bet you've been upset the whole time, haven't you? So you, in order to introduce yourself, right, that's the most important part of being a musician is your presentation. So you'd dress in very fancy clothes, and if you don't have those, get some immediately, because being in the music industry is a very expensive industry to break into, and it's all about having money, and those who have money are more successful than those who don't have money. It's just really one of those class-gated professions. Introduce yourself with some long and fancy name, like my name is Adelheid Eronimus Rhys von Kirschner, and I am here to play you what is the band's name? Oasis's masterpiece, third masterpiece, Wonderwall. Remember, if it's not coming out correctly, just continue to force it. My arm hurts. Violin is hard. All of those of you who play violin out there, like, props to you, honestly. So we learned it on violin. We learned it on guitar. Now I want to show you a really good life hack. The truth is, you only need like 4 chords to learn any song in existence, and now you'll know it on guitar and violin and drum and tambourine. So to make a G chord, which is one of the fancy chords, take this finger, this one, your ring finger, put it on the 3rd fret, then you put your flip it off finger on your 2nd fret, and put your little pinky right below your ring finger. Right there, they're friends, they're buddies. C is like you just add this guy down here on the second one and you bring this guy down a little bit. That's a C, I think. No, you gotta bring him down too. That's a C. D is you do this. E minor is also really important, and that's just two finger friends. So in order to play any song in the world, you just pick one of these chords and you just play that chord the whole song. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. What's a sad song? I've heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord. Just pick whatever chords you want and then play them. The baffled king composing hallelujah. Music is about style more than it is talent or anything else. As we've learned, you can be like 10% cooler by just standing next to a vent. You can be 10% cooler by going to a coffee shop and playing in some live show somewhere and telling all of your college buddies that you're in a band when really it's just you and 4 people who decided that you're cooler than everyone else for some reason. That's music. Excuse me. I continue burping. That's not very kind of me. We can learn plenty more songs, but I've already taught you like 3 instruments. Let's do drums now. Yeah, if you hit it, you sound super indie too. That's like an Ed Sheeran thing. Hit it whenever you feel like it. It's your guitar probably won't appreciate it very much, but you know what? This is about style and not anything else. Actually, I love my instruments very dearly, and you shouldn't hurt them. This is my friend. That's another important thing that you should do as a musician is you should just bond with your instruments. Just spend some quality time with them. Take them out to a movie and a nice dinner. You could cuddle with your instruments, tuck them in and give them a little blanket. And now you have bonded with your instrument, and that is a very important part of being a bard, is that you have this magical musical connection. Feel it a little bit, listen to it. How is it sounding today before you play? Hello. And so after you have bonded successfully with it and you've done all the steps that I have told you already, you're all set to play Wonderwall. Thank you for coming to Rhys's music school. I'm sure that there's the freaking vent again. I have many instruments here at the music school. So you just let me know what you wanna, if I can get him to, okay. I do have a ukulele, so we could learn about her next. Can do the same violin thing, and it's much easier because it's like 10 times smaller. And of course, yeah, okay, so she fell. The main event, my beautiful, lovely, amazing tambourine. Live, laugh, love. Live, laugh, love. I hope you've enjoyed Rhys's music school. We've learned, what, like 4 instruments today? That's really impressive. Good on you. Go take yourself out, get something nice, get something fancy, because that's what we're about here in Rhys's musical, is self-care, self-love, submitting to the fact that there's just a noisy ass vent that's gonna be in this indie music school, because we're about the underground music scene. So welcome to the underground music scene, and I will see you whenever I decide to curse you with another one of these.